Race fans, we are about to embark in the chaos of the Baja Bouncer Invitational quarterfinals. My name is Aaron Take.
Hey, this is Richard Gere. And race fans, we've got another beautiful race in the making. This quarterfinal is bound to be a close and exciting race. Aaron.
On the inside lane is the Essex boys, the number 2 seed in this race, and Strike is the driver. Now Essex is a county in England. Next to him, the number 5 is Janabi, and he is the 3 seed in the race from Colorado, and his wife is the owner of Sky Racing. Number 4 seed in the race is Johnny Smoke from SST Diecast in South Carolina, and SST stands for Small Shop Talk. Then on the outside lane, the number 1 seed, Vapor Racing, is Sneaky Bob from Michigan, and Sneaky Bob built real race cars.
Race fans, just as we did in the group racing, there will be 8 races in total, and the top 2, after all 8 races, will advance to the semifinals. This is race 1. There we go, green light, and it's a great start by Vapor Racing, and look at Janabi pulling in. Johnny Smoke is tipped over. Leading down the way is Janabi. Janabi's got a nice lead in the Joker lane, but look at Sneaky Bob pull on through over the train jump now. It's going to be awfully tight as Janabi pulls out the first race. He is in the lead, and Sneaky Bob is right there pushing on him. Janabi comes down. Oh, he's tipped over. I think he came in first. Sneaky Bob in second, and it will be Strike taking third.
Race fans, the quarterfinal instant replays have begun. And here is Johnny Smoke rolling it over. Just a little bit of a slip up. And race 1 begins with a beautiful drift by Sneaky Bob. Now we've got a new camera angle. And take a look at what is now the drone over the mountain, looking down upon the Mesa Butte and the Flint Head Tunnel in the distance. Janabi does a wonderful job pulling out in front and in the lead down runway 3 and maintains that lead all the way to the finish line. Even though he tips over, he will come through in first place without a timer working. We'll get that fixed, and Janabi has the lead after the first race.
Well, Janabi has picked up right where he left off. No record, we don't think. But with the timer not working, poor guy, we have no idea what his time was, as he is now in the catbird seat. It is Strike next to him on the inside. Look at Sneaky Bob, he's pulling, but now it's still Janabi in the lead and Strike right nearby. There's a great drift, and look at Johnny Smoke pull right up there, in fact, giving him a bump. Janabi's in reverse, but is stretching that lead thanks to a kind bump from Johnny Smoke. Oh, here comes Strike, and the cameraman is doing a great job showing them side by side. And here's Janabi pivoting around, and he'll come through for first. It is Strike in second place, and Johnny Smoke will take third.
Let's begin here, race fans, where Janabi begins with a good drift, but then has trouble exiting, and it is Johnny Smoke that has a wonderful drift. Meanwhile, Strike was very fast through the snow and takes the lead down the Joker lane, but here, Sneaky Bob just follows too close, and when you follow too close around the sharp right turn, you get into trouble. Wonderful job by Strike as he maintains a nice straight line down the runway and pulls himself into second place with 5. Janabi, with 2 first-place finishes, has the lead with 8.
Well, so far, race fans, Janabi has been enjoying the spoils, but I gotta tell you, on the inside, Johnny Smoke, and then Sneaky Bob. We've got to see how they're going to perform. Here we go as Sneaky Bob is pulling out in the lead down the Joker lane. Here comes SST Diecast. Over drifting by Janabi, and Strike manages to cartwheel his way around. He's got the lead coming along. Boy, things are awfully quiet as he is holding an easy lead around the rest of the competition. And we don't see anyone else. Strike backs in for first place. Here we come with Johnny Smoke. He tumbles in, but he finishes. And no sign of Sneaky Bob.
Well, race fans, let's unpack this race here. It begins with Janabi just over drifting, and wow, Strike, very little time to react. Watch again here. Janabi's very fast through the snow, but he's over drifting. Strike finds himself being broadsided, but regains control. Oh, and Johnny Smoke just manages to take Sneaky Bob right into the side of the road. Sneaky Bob is stranded, and now we see Johnny going through the Flint Head Tunnel. He does make it all the way down. What a crucial second place finish for him. After the third race is complete, Johnny Smoke has 5, but it is Strike that is now leading by 1 with 9.
Okay, and race fans, we're about to enter the 4th race. You'll see Sneaky Bob in the catbird seat. Let's see if he can make a move here. He's got to get going, and he's got a lead. Oh, Strike has slid on his side forever and ever as Sneaky Bob is first around the right-hand turn. Oh, hard into the wall, but look at that. Look at the way he catapulted himself so far ahead. And there goes Janabi. with Johnny Smoke not too far behind. Johnny is now around the right-hand turn onto runway 3. A nice lead by Sneaky Bob. There goes Janabi. He's screaming around, but Sneaky Bob pulls through. 23.794 is a great time. So those three finish.
Let's take a look one more time before the halftime at the instant replay package. It's a simple tip on the side that takes strike out very early. Now watch here as Sneaky Bob takes a very hard line into the wall. Look at the way he manages to just continue around, and that paid off. He did that in the wagon race, and it spelled disaster one time, but this time it worked out for him. As Sneaky Bob is up to 7, Johnny Smoke is at 7, Strike is at 9, and Janabi leads with 11.
Harvey, Billy, hold my beer, guys.
It's time for Marble Sucker.
Thank you, Aaron. All right, and ladies and gentlemen, Boondocks is here closest to us. Daddy G next to him. This will be Billy's final race on his Soapbox Derby therapy vehicle as Daddy G, oh my goodness, pulls around his own blue marble. I don't know how he did that, and Boondocks has a lead with the green marbles. Billy is kind of stumbling around. Who in the world decided to put him in a seatbelt? That is like against everything that the Hold My Beer guys stand for. Okay, meanwhile, Boondocks, oh, he just tried to hold up one of his green marbles. And Daddy G hit the green one, not the blue one. Okay, there was the green one way ahead anyway, and Boondocks wins. There goes one blue marble. There goes Daddy G. Everything is so confusing in these soccer races, but, and Billy, look at that. He doesn't even get to the finish line. That's rather disappointing.
I have to agree with you, Richard. These halftime replays are going to be just as boring, although check out what Daddy G does here. 2 wheels around his own marble. Like maybe we should give him a free hot dog for that.
You know what we ought to give him, Aaron, is a free run right at Billy. Flatten him or something.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Billy's strapped in and he's sitting too far forward. He may be safe, but he's sucking all the fun right out of this halftime show.
Oh, you know what, Aaron?
I don't know about you, but I'm kind of getting tired of the marbles.
I got an idea.
I think we need to find something different.
Don't worry, Aaron. I've got the perfect idea. But right now it's race 5, and let's clarify something, race fans. We have changed the train points because the train is active. The first one over the train gets 2 points. The second one over the train gets 1. If either misses, they get 0. And right now, Johnny Smoke has a lead. And there's a very fast and aggressive Sneaky Bob, but doesn't get past Johnny. And Johnny will get 2. Sneaky Bob gets 1. They are doing quite well. They're well ahead of the other drivers. Look at Johnny maintaining first place. Here comes Sneaky Bob right on his tail. And down the scrambler they go. And look at Johnny sliding through with a first place finish. That is wonderful for him, and it is Strike taking 3rd. Here comes Janabi. He backs in for 4th.
Well, race fans, Johnny Smoke needed to start out hot, and he started out smoking hot. Look at him go. That is just a wonderful view, seeing how both of those drivers are fast. Look how far ahead they get, but watch again. As Sneaky Bob is pulling in hard, Johnny has the perfect drift. He executes it beautifully. And now these other two are well behind, and look at how they're battling it out as Strike is the one that pulls ahead. He's fighting, and you'll see him come around. But right there, he's able to get ahead of Janabi, and for their sake, I'm glad that both of them were able to separate themselves, because you'll see here that they're coming down the runway, and they do eventually finish. But it's Johnny Smoke adding 6 more points. He has the lead with 13, and Sneaky Bob is right there with 11.
The trucks are now lined up for race 6. And Johnny Smoke will have a second attempt over the train from the outside lane. Sneaky Bob is moved to the inside. There we go, a nice fair start as Janabi pulls out a little bit in the lead. Johnny Smoke is holding tight nearby. All the drivers look quite good. Janabi has a good drift, and Johnny Smoke looks excellent too. Both of them again are looking strong, but I think I see, yep, Sneaky Bob pulling out. Sneaky Bob is holding himself on the right-hand side, comes next to Janabi. What a perfect pass. Around the big U he goes. He is first down the scrambler. Oh, he's spilled over, and Janabi will take first. And I think it was Sneaky Bob in second.
Talk about a race with excitement. Take a look at what happens here. Janabi begins a little over drifting, but Johnny Smoke has a gorgeous drift. Now watch from the overhead drone, and you'll see just how well Johnny draws the line as he drifts and pulls in. But Sneaky Bob has been fast around the Joker lane, and here he comes down onto runway 3, and he waits and bides his time. All the drivers are looking strong. All 4 of them are coming around the big U and down the finish line. It looked like Sneaky Bob was going to win, but Janabi takes first, plus 2 points over the train. In second place is Sneaky Bob. Johnny Smoke takes third, and Strike in fourth. 2 races remain, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, it's all critical race 7. Now, keep in mind, Strike has not jumped the train. He's in the catbird seat. This will be his first attempt. Janabi's to his outside. It will be Janabi's second attempt. And look at Strike go. Strike is taking full advantage. Janabi's falling behind. Sneaky Bob looks awfully fast. Nice drift by Strike. Now, wait a minute. He is a bit backwards. And I don't see Janabi coming down as Strike goes through the S-turns, but it is Sneaky Bob first onto the runway. And look at him stretch that lead around the big U. This has been critical for Sneaky Bob as he's made a comeback and come through first. It is Strike in second, and here comes Johnny Smoke in third.
All right, race fans, let's break this down for you on the instant replay package. That was a pretty good drift on the part of Strike, but Janabi just noses it in. Watch from the overhead camera again. Janabi comes into the picture now. He was behind, but just overdrifts. He has been overdrifting slightly, and I think it bit him in the butt this time. Here comes Sneaky Bob pulling another first place finish into his bag as he now has 18. Strike with a second place finish and 2 more points is now up to 17. And look at that, ladies and gentlemen, a 3-way tie at 18 as the final race is about to begin.
Okay, on the outside is Strike and Sneaky Bob next to him.
the race, we have debris on the track, animals on the track.
Okay, race fans, you heard him say it. There is a red light, and we're getting word. My mom has spotted animals on the track. What's going on, Mom?
Your mom is a pilot?
Hello, Richard. This is your mother, Portia. That would be the 7 Echo Sierra, and I have spotted some albino cattle on runway 3.
Okay, Mom. Hey, thanks so much. Really appreciate that.
7 Echo Sierra signing off.
Wow, what a good mom.
Take a look at this, race fans. My mom was absolutely right. Wild cattle, albino cattle, are crossing runway 3. We'll get them off. We'll try to get the news crew to shoo them out of the way. And here soon, very soon, we're going to see race 3 again. We're going to keep you up on the scores here.
We have an all clear to race. All clear.
The race is going. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Race 8, the final race is about to begin. On the outside is Strike, and he's holding it well, along with Sneaky Bob. First onto Mesa Butte, a good drift. Strike is holding it together as well. Meanwhile, there was a battle in the Joker lane, and I believe Janabi pulled ahead of Johnny Smoke. We'll see what transpires here. Here comes Janabi. Janabi's coming into challenge, and he's right on the tail of Strike. Here we go. Oh, a slide, and it's going to be Strike taking first. Sneaky Bob will take second, Janabi in third, and here comes Johnny Smoke in fourth.
And look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Another race where all 4 of the drivers finish. What a competition today. The drifting has been incredible. The speed down the runway and the times are looking great. That is so key right there. Strike manages to hold himself together. Here come the other drivers, and Janabi manages to pass Johnny Smoke. They are all making their way down the runway, but with extra points in play, and we saw Johnny have a little trouble there, but with extra points in play over the train, Strike must finish. And he does manage to pass Sneaky Bob. He has 1 extra point, and with a first place finish, Strike moves on, and so does Sneaky Bob with 5 extra points.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just want to take a minute and thank you for being a part of this channel, being a part of Gravity Throttle Racing. And it looks like the cattle have found themselves in a safe spot. That's good to see. Let's talk a little bit about the quarterfinals. You've been watching quarterfinal number 1. It's been incredibly competitive so far. Sneaky Bob and Strike. Look at those two. They are moving on. Let's talk about quarterfinal number 2 with Papa Pugsley, Numbskull, Arlo, and Dusty Miles.
We're just getting started. Are you tracking?